Hey guys and dolls, and welcome into another video. My name is Jason, and today we are going to be diving into our beautiful Palantir stock, and I'm going to be giving you guys a full new price prediction for the end of the year. We are going to be looking at any news that has come out and talking about what Palantir does. Now, if you don't know who Palantir are, then essentially they are a US-based software company that specializes in data analytics for top leading companies around the world and US governments. So they also work with the US Army, the CIA, FBI, police and defense department. This stock is highly volatile, and it does actually have a 52-week high of $45 and a 52-week low of $8.90. Recently, Palantir has gone on sale because we have seen a massive correction from that $45 high all the way down to that $22. So guys, that is over a 50% discount right now on this stock. The ticker symbol for Palantir is PLTR, and they are investing aggressively right now inside their software as a service, which again they do use for those US and government contracts. Recently, Palantir had actually come out and it did say that it was now partnered with Amazon Web Service, and we all know how massive Amazon is. Palantir are an incredible company, and they are growing their software as a service every single year, and we have just had a new Palantir upgrade for a new price prediction from Goldman Sachs at the end of the year for $34. And they are saying this is due to the fact that Palantir has its sustainable growth in its latest earnings. Now, if I go on to TipRanks, you guys can see that the reviews for this stock right now are extremely mixed. We have an average price of $25.83 from some top analysts. We also have a high of $40, and we also have a low of $15. Alex Karp, the CEO, I did recently watch an interview with him, and if you would like a full breakdown on that interview that he did do, that I will link this video above now. And essentially, he said that he is investing very aggressively with Palantir right now because he wants to be a global leader in the space of data analytics and cloud computing software. So he is not worried about these price targets or the short-term noise of volatility, because he does not expect this stock to move over the next 12 months considerably. And he also said that he is only looking to shake out those short-term investors because he wants long-term projected growth. Now, our queen, CATHY Wood, has been buying up those shares of Palantir very generously, and over the last month, she has spent over 1.2 million on new shares of Palantir, which is absolutely enormous. CATHY Wood is extremely bullish on Palantir, and she does actually hold it in more than one of her ARK ETFs. I would not be surprised again if to find later down the road she does in fact put this into her new ARK X ETF, just because this company are working in the sky. Now, just yesterday we did actually have some news that did come out on Palantir. We had some bad news and we also had some good news. I'm going to start with the bad news first, and it says that Palantir's contract won't be extended without public consultation. Essentially, the UK had actually done a deal with the NHS on Palantir, and this was going to be a $23 million contract. Now, it says that Palantir have actually lost the legal effects of this contract, and again, I think due to the fact that this is a racial issue, because of course Palantir are backed by Peter Thiel, who is also a Trump supporter, and they are saying that a lot of the ethnical minority groups that get COVID have obviously different analytics that this company are going to have access to. And because this is a very sensitive topic, and it is estimated that the NHS software as a service is worth over $10 billion, then again, this company did actually lose out because they want the information that Palantir holds on these minority groups to in fact be engaged to the public. And they are saying that they are not doing that right now, but they are trying to turn things around, and they are looking to make this something in the future that they can actually work with. So we will have to see how this plays out, but that is some bad news there that did actually happen for our Palantir stock. Now, I don't want to go into any of the details on that because that is not my subject, and my channel is not going to talk about any of those issues. But we do actually have some good news, and it says that Palantir stock yesterday did actually rise on the investments in an air shuttle startup with Lilium IPO. Now, if you don't know who Lilium are, they are essentially a prototype aircraft company, and they currently have a 7-seater and a 5-seater aircraft. They are working on their 7-seater mainstream aircraft right now that does take off vertically, so they are going to be using them as kind of autonomous taxis in the air. Now, Lilium has received a certification CR1A01, which is a form of EU Aviation Safety Agency in 2020, and I do believe that they will be using this software to actually help with the US government and also the US Army. And if they are in fact going to be doing that, then that is obviously why Palantir is now investing inside this new IPO that is going to be merging with Qual. So I am looking forward to seeing what this actually does do for the share price of Palantir in the long run, but we did actually have a positive catalyst yesterday which did allow us to push up in that share price. Now if I come back onto the charts recently, you guys can see that we are sitting at a very strong layer of support, and we have been here many times before in the past, and as you can see from history that every time we have landed down that 30 on the RSI, we have in fact had a very strong buy zone, and buyers have entered the market and said no, we do not like prices being this low, and we have in fact retested those highs of around $27 to $28. Now if we do actually break down the fundamentals of Palantir and we do actually have another opportunity to buy this, and we do come back down to that second layer of support which is sitting around $18 to $17.50, I do believe that this is going to be a fantastic buying opportunity. I'm not so worried about the ratios right now, guys, and it is also worth noting that Palantir are not yet profitable, so again they do not have a PE ratio, and this is only a $40 billion company, but this company has the potential to potentially be a $1 trillion company. And again, if you would like more information on that, then be sure to check out this video where I did go into a full breakdown as to why that was. Now, if we go onto the investor presentation of Palantir, again, you can see that they actually have contracts with so many different companies, and they have been growing their revenues substantially. Over the last year, from 2019 to 2020, Palantir did actually grow their revenues by 52%, from 191 million to 289 million. We can also see that the average revenue per customer increased by 38%, which I absolutely love, guys, because if we are having increased reoccurring revenues from existing customers, it is going to allow Palantir to have that supplemented passive income, and it's going to increase over time with little to no work. We can also see that the government revenue had increased by 68%, and that is over the third quarter of 2019 to the third quarter in 2020. So again, we are growing those revenues absolutely substantially. And like I said, we did actually have a lot of new kind of subsidiaries that did enter the business of Palantir, because they have been partnering up with so many different companies around the world recently, and they are only working with a small handful of the Fortune 100 companies right now. I believe it is only about 12 or 13 companies. So if they were to in fact extend this, and they were in fact to work with over 20 companies, then again their revenue would actually increase dramatically, because they do have some very strong contracts that have a lot of diversity. This was updated in September, and it says that they have 1.8 billion in their balance sheet, which I do believe is now around 2.2 billion, guys. So they have a lot of cash, again, that they are going to be using there for whatever reasons they need to. And again, Alex Karp has actually said that he is going to be investing aggressively with this money into their research and development, because they want to be a winner takes all in this market. And CATHY Wood, again, our queen, you know that she has actually said that any company that is investing with the US government, for example, is likely to win contracts moving forward, and they usually become a #1 slot because they have the backing of the US government. And we really don't know the intel or the insights as to how large some of these government contracts can be in the future, and the funding that they can get, it can be in the billions. Palantir are in fact using their software to save companies money, and again last year they did actually save BP over £1 billion, and this was due to their software as a service that can predict where they can increase revenues and where they can actually save on some of their revenues moving forward. So I absolutely love the software that Palantir have developed, and I do think that this could be used around the world globally to help many different companies and institutions. So I'm extremely bullish on this space, and we all know that CATHY Wood believes that artificial intelligence could be up to $30 trillion coming into the next decade, and if Palantir does have a small slice in this pie, then again that is only going to increase their revenue in the billions. So what am I doing with the share price of Palantir today? Well, just like I said, if we actually have a breakdown and a fundamental breakdown for around that $17, then this is going to be a fantastic opportunity to load our boat. But we do have a very, very strong support at this area. So I am looking for those key indicators to in fact turn us around and retest those highs of $27 to around that $30 high. Now, the end of the year price target for me is around that $38 to $40. And I do not expect this company potentially to move much in the short term, just because Alex Karp has said they are not looking for those short-term gains. In fact, they are looking for those substantial long-term growth revenue aspects that is going to see this company absolutely soar into the future. Now, coming back over to tip ranks, a lot of the companies right now that are investing in Palantir have said again that they are investing for the long term, and it is to no exception that those analysts have actually got a sell rating right now on, of course, the Palantir stock, and this is again due to all of the factors that we have just spoke about in this video. And these analysts are only concerned with short-term pricing. They are not looking into forecasting more than 12 months ahead, because they are hedge funds, guys, that work on balancing their hedge funds over a 12-month period. So that is where they have to see the gain. But once this company starts to pick up momentum, this could be a very nice chance to load the boat, especially assuming as we are getting a 50% discount in the future. And it is worth noting, guys, that one company in particular has actually come out and they have given a new bull thesis for Palantir, and they have given a price target of $345 in 5 years time. So if we were to reach that, guys, that is an absolutely enormous doubling of your money, because again, that is more than about 15x from the current share price. So that marks up this quick update on Palantir. I really do hope that you did enjoy the insight into this information, what I am doing with Palantir stock and where I see it going in the short and also the long term. I have in fact been loading up my boats around this $22 range, and I do think that at this layer of support, we do have a very strong barrier to entry. And again, if we were given an absolute gift to in fact see a further sell-off in the share price of Palantir, and we could in fact load our boats below that $17 range, then again, for the long term, this is going to be a fantastic opportunity, and it's going to add more diversity inside my portfolio for the long term. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this stock ends up in my portfolio 2 years from today, and I will continue to add to my position on those dips and keep you guys updated in the loop as to what this stock is doing. Don't forget, guys, to go down below and smash that like button for me if you haven't already, and hit that big red subscribe button and join this family of investors. If you are new, then welcome. I just want to say my name is Jason. Have a great day, and I will see you guys back on my channel soon for some more content on investing. Ciao!